pretty much picked my team up. Cassie went to like, we have our idea for how we're going to fix this because she's not doing varsity. She's going to just do football season. So we figured, well, what we'll do is I'll move up to varsity for football season with her because I'm already going to be the assistant coach.
Right.
Because he's going to have to hire someone at any level. Hire a brand new JV coach. I mean, I had to go in cold feet, not knowing what he's doing. But at least they have a team, you know? We pick the team, we pick these people, all that kind of stuff. And then when Cassie leaves up for football, I would just move in as head coach.
Right.
Well, we brought up the suggestion that they get an associate. Okay. Because we have 3 coaches for one season. He said, oh, no, I have to move my line and blah, blah, blah. Dude, this is supposed to alleviate it. That was a wimpy kid. So here we are trying to help him out. He's like,
Do it again, Christy.
So I got to work ISD today. That was an experience.
Well, how did you get ISD?
Flower's daughter's school call. She's growing up at school in and Jody said that Doreen's out. And she couldn't figure out another way to get, and she knew I didn't have to do it. She thought it would be the easiest fix, just get me up there. So Dora comes in, I'm working on something for Katie during the third hour. And he goes, you gotta do ISD. I'm like, what? She just can't walk in here. If you didn't, well, just call Jody. So I called Jody. She said, did you get my email? I said, did you get my email? She's like, no. I'm like, I didn't get your email. So she emailed me saying, hey, can you go with ISD? And when I had just emailed her, hey, at 11 o'clock, I gotta get my ear flushed out because I still can't hear. Okay. So she's like, all right, well, go up there now because he needs to go now. And she's like, can you think of anybody that can leave? Like, leave it. And I'm like, well, Brad's right next door. If you could just come over for a half an hour, because my doctor's right next to South Sub. I just gotta go over there. They gotta put drops in, flush it out. I'll be back in a half hour. And she's like, yeah. So I texted Brad and I'm like, oh, I was going up there. And he came out of the room. I'm like, you gotta call Jody like ASAP right now. And he's like, oh, okay, you know. And so he texted me. He's like, all right, I'll be there at 10:50. So I didn't get back till almost 11:50, but that was because there was some really nasty crap in there. She really wanted to get all of it out. I'm like, that's fine, just do it quickly, please. I have to work.
Yeah, that was good.
So it all worked out, you know. So I had to write this kid up. So they get back and it's like, these 2 kids are from Delta. Mariana said that they can't use Google or any type of internet when they're on a class. And I was like, oh, you know, that makes sense. You know, he's like, well, I've already rolled them once because he pulled up the screen and I didn't know I could do on Flower's computer. I mean, I could see what they were doing, but that way I could really see it. He said if they do it again, Manny, I said just to write them up. It doesn't matter who it is, they write them more. So, one kid.
And they know you can see this, right?
I mean, I'm looking right at the back of his head and I can see his computer. So I called this kid over. I'm like, dude, you're on, what are you doing on Google? You don't have the answers. Do you realize what that is? Well, I'm looking for the answers. I'm like, but do you realize what you're doing? You're looking up the answers to questions that you're supposed to be answering because you're learning something. Oh, no. Like, it's called cheating. You're cheating. And Mr. Meyer already told me that he warned you. I have to write you up now. He didn't warn me. He didn't warn me. I'm like, so you're telling me Mr. Meyer's lying. And I'm like, I gotta write you up. I'm like, give me your ID so I can fill it out.
Was one of them also? No, it wasn't.
So I sent him down with the thing. And Al comes up to leave me for lunch. I go downstairs in the conference room.
Look at you. Thanks so much for the Gatorade.
It's great Gatorade, right?
No. I think this is me from the heart.
Oh, that's great.
What do you think? Beneficiary doesn't show up?
Leftover hamburger from Schwein's Ale House, and Cook knocks on the door. He's like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second?" And I'm like,
Who's not
Cook. Forrest Cook. He's like, "I understand you're right up at an ISD. You're at lunch, right? Do you mind if we talk about it?" I'm just really sitting here at this point. He goes, "So explain to me what happened." I told him how step out for a moment. Brad Meyer was in there.
Right.
They talked to meningitis. They told him that you weren't at once and then you didn't write him up. And I said, I even explained to the kid he's not learning anything. He's just looking at the answers. And technically he's cheating. And he goes, he's cheating before. So he's like, all right. So I get back up there. Then Mike comes up there and he's like, oh, so what happened? So I told him, did you not read the freaking paper that it pulled out? So he pulls the other kid from Delta who was sitting next to him, pulled him out, and Brad had a write up report. So I guess like the kid's on the verge of getting like kicked out completely. And this is kind of like his last straw. So they're really kicked out.
their story straight?
You can bribe for there. Look like he owns the place, man.
So, you know, and I just told Cook and Mike, I'm like, look, I'm just doing what other people told me to do. Sorry if the kid thought he could get away with it with me, but...
Well, and you know what? Sometimes I have to call Delta and Anchor because, you know, these kids will call me to get a ride in. And I'm like, so-and-so said, blah, blah, even though this is what the bus company's telling me. And they're like, don't pick them up. You told them. You know, it's really clear. I had a parent call me today.
Well, I felt bad for Orlando. He's an Anchor. He's like, he said, the 24 hours I leave. I'm like, dude, I know you're an Anchor. I know, but I can't just let you go. So here's Brad. I called Captain. Oh my God, I'm texting Brad like 15 times. Like, hello, someone needs to come to Orlando, and I can't just let him go.
Right.
And so, Brad, I texted him earlier and said, can you bring me a timesheet? So he walks in and gives me a timesheet. He goes, man, what are you doing here? And I'm like, fucking texted you 15 times. You called Captain, told him Andy can't call 80. If nobody answered the phone, they probably would have taken the kids down. But I'm like, I can't just let the kids go on the phone. So I texted Brad, so are we going on the bus? He goes, no, we gotta wait for the guys to call for a while. And I told him, I'm like, sorry dude, you don't have one.
So there, it was just a cluster.
Well, this morning, so
I still don't know when he's going.
So I had a pair of jeans that had like this itty bitty little hole. Now granted, from the end of January until Friday when I first went to I gained 16 pounds.
Okay.
So these jeans probably, you know, they're pushing it for the heaviest I've been is 150 recently. So it's like, okay, I squat down to fix Courtney's pants and here. And I'm thinking to myself, I hope it's not on my butt. And it wasn't, it was in my thigh. So I walk through there and I go, thank God.
This was today?
This was this morning at 8:25. Okay? So the day started off
Busting
great.
out of my seams. Happy Monday.
So I go to the parade, I'm like,
Hey, when that happens.
it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
You know what? I'm sure it was bad fabric, and I'm sure the fabric just shredded. That's happened to you.
I've had these pants for a while, but they're not like brand new jeans. I mean, I
know,
live in
and,
jeans,
and the
so.
fabric probably shredded. It wasn't at the seam. It was it was a flaw in the fabric. It's shredded.
Anyway, so I go to the right and I'm like, are you going home? Are you going right pants? Well, I'm going home and pulling the button because my ear is throbbing at this point. She's like, happy birthday. I'm like, you're nice. So I go home, I get back, I go in the classroom, and that's when Drew was like, we have iced tea. So when I ran downstairs to get my lunch,
Hey, thank God you were back from your seams
Cop
person.
is looking at me like this, like, and I was like, oh, he's like, just looking for your granny panties. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So of course, he checks right away. I'm like, so, go catch my pants. Because he had asked me later on, he's like, so how's it going? I'm like, well, I'm on the way home to change clothes because I was pants. And my ears cleaning and all this stuff. And so,
Poor baby.
so, Brad goes, it's really nice. We got a good job. So I go to cop, I'm like, so, who told you? He goes, well, Ruth showed me. I asked where you went. And she said you ran home to change your jeans. So I see the right end of it. And I go, oh, and I'm like, do you have to tell everybody what it is all the time? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you told cop, I don't, what do you want to know? What do you want? Like, I'm engaged if you wondered where I am. Tell them what the man's are.
Not that you caught it, not a little story like she caught her jeans on a nail and she had to go home and change. I would have made it a little
She
fluffier.
smelled dog and she.
I would have made it a little better.
Her mom stopped by the house, the dog's throwing up. I mean, you could have come up with any type of story.
I have to tell you though, if I ever have a wardrobe malfunction like that, I will not be returning it.
I thought about just running to Target, but I'm like, no, I'm just gonna go home.
It would have taken you longer at Target.
But it takes
And
a care of
I'm like,
it.
I'm not walking around Target with a big hole in my thigh. Oh, I was so mad. I'm like, I'm not
Hey, Dad. Uh-huh.
It's nice to see that we're playing soccer and the boys are playing baseball and the girls are playing softball.
Yeah,
And,
everybody's
you know,
playing.
it's like, oh, what a beautiful day. We're going to play soccer sports. Okay, come on, guys, let's go. Come on, Codair.
And now the punish.
Should have tapped and
Uh-huh.
kicked.
Okay, well, I'm at soccer, so I won't be there for like an hour. It'll be okay. I'll come right there after soccer. All right. Is it cool? Is it cool at all? Okay. All right. I'll be there right after soccer, Dad. Okay. Love you. Bye bye.
Except for Zinfandel, white Zinfandel.
This is all pure. Nothing inside but Uva. Solo Uva.
Wow.
Only that's it.
No salt?
Nothing. Nothing.
Wow.
Just natural. Think about this, you know, you put a little milk. It doesn't need
It doesn't. Well, I
use
could.
it, does it?
This is.
Is it?
Maybe it's
What
because.
is it?
Maybe it's because I've been running so much and eating so healthy.
Okay.
I bike 10 miles. I have a 17 mile on Saturday or Sunday,
Do you?
whenever. Yeah. Never done it. My butt hurts. That's a problem already, so it's not gonna be pretty. Nico and I are doing it. Remember Nico and I are doing it in Park Forest?
Yeah.
Should be fun. I hope it's kind of nice like this.
What is it?
Sunday. And
I think it was going to be in the 60s.
so we have the 17 mile bike ride, and then he has a 3 o'clock game in Whiting.
Goodness.
White?
So I said, well, the good thing is you'll be able to save your pitching arm. Really don't use your pitching arm to bike. I said, however, when you bat, just make sure you knock it out of the park. So if you have to jog and take a little breather, you know, you got plenty of time. There's no close calls.
Does he ever make you mad? You know, stop that.
Oh,
Because the way you are, looks like everything is a big joke.
no, I'm the mean mom. I'm
Are you?
really,
No.
yeah.
You believe that, Mary Kay?
I'm a mean mom too.
And you know what? Sadly, none of them listen to me unless I start pretending like I'm a raving lunatic and drop the F-bomb every now and then. Seriously.
Yeah, Madison only puckers up when I like start like screaming. She's like, why are you yelling? Because you didn't listen to me the first 15
You don't have
times
to
I
use that word for that. Because I just asked you to ring the garbage 5 times.
Go.
Two. And then is that 17?
Tackled by number 2, Christy Spratt, assisted by 17, Christy Cordero.
Yeah.
All right, Mary Kay, get it up there, man. Now you know.
So yes, they all get me angry. So I'm texting Taylor. I said, you know, I'll take the garbage out because everyone will let the can overflow, floating, like plentiful, bountiful, right?
It's not my turn.
Well, they all feel it's Austin's job, but he hasn't lived there since last June. You know, he's at college, so it's like, really? So I guess it's my job. So then, it'll sit by the door now. They go outside to their cars to get their shoes, to ride their bikes. Do you think anyone picks up the bag to take it to the can? That is right by the back utility door. It's not like they even have to go far. So it's just pretty funny.
Okay, why is it saying here that Chrissy Cordero is defense? She's always a forward.
Well, you know, she started as a defender, so in the beginning of the season, the idea was to be a defender. Things not working out. So,
It's just like every time I look, she's always scoring goals.
Yeah.
I'm like, it says here D. I mean,
but they print the pages in the beginning of the season,
Yeah.
so they do 20.
How far did you park in the gate here?
yeah.
Do you,
I'm gonna run out at halftime.
I was gonna say I could go get it.
you need some tips or something?
You got food too?
No, I mean, there's some. I have to see it. She's not having it. Body face or whatever.
I'm eating my nuts. I'll have my nuts, but cheese and crackers.
Hey, yeah, that would have been good. I would get some fun chips or something. Do they have a food machine on there? No?
In the teacher's lunch.
Not teachers' lounge, in the cafeteria, right? Where the teachers eat?
Yeah, in the staff cafeteria.
I would get some.
Yeah.
I know you guys need some. Could see it in your eyes. I would eat it now.
I'm trying not to be that old.
Gotta build my stamina up. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, 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 good try.
I really think the reason why the game is stupid. I think my problem is
It can't be the candy you were eating today.
hey, I only had one Twix
Oh,
and
okay.
a handful of food.
Twix is the worst candy and it's my favorite that you can
It's
eat.
just got a little bit of caramel. I like the caramel part.
It's the highest percentage of fat. It is the worst piece of candy you
But
could eat.
Twizzler has no fat.
Right.
I only had like a handful of this. I think the reason why I'm losing this weight is in the last month. Every weekend I was going out with Brad to dinner. You know what I mean? Like Saturdays are killing me.
Well, then you just have to do moderation.
Well, then the week I was having like McDonald's breakfast every morning because I was just preppy and cranky and I wanted fat and I didn't care and I was pissed. You know what I mean? But I never.
What do you have in McDonald's?
Bacon and cheese on a biscuit. Like one of the fattest things there.
Well, get
And
something
usually 2
different.
hash browns.
No.
Deal. only other time I eat McDonald's is
Hungover.
because it just tastes.
I know Taylor I always know when she's having issues. She's like, "Want anything from McDonald's?" I'm like, "No."
But that's it. Those are the only times I eat McDonald's. That's the only time I eat fast food in general.
Well then, my Nico, I'm going to tell you, you can make better choices.
Oh, I know. I could get a sausage egg on a McMuffin. It's like the lowest calorie thing. It's the biscuit that kills me in the bacon.
It's probably not even so much the bacon as it is the biscuit. You'll find as you age, you know, your system does change. And,
but I'm really good at any of the time. I'm really good about like portion size and foraging myself.
and then you know what, maybe Saturday morning is when you need to do a workout. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, except for probably not this week because I have trials. But Friday, you know, I've been really good in the last couple of weeks. I've gone back to 20 minutes on the elliptical, machines, you know, just burning some calories, just
Right.
burn some stuff. But this week, you know, I'll fall off that wagon. Not that I'm going to eat. I mean, this morning I had a banana in my coffee. I had my half of a cheeseburger from the weekend. And a bag of Fritos. Fritos are more fresh choice, but I'm still just proud of all.
So being the therapist that I hear, I'm hearing emotional eating. Okay?
Oh, I know that. Because when I'm not on that, I can easily have, I'll bring like a little bit of leftovers and I'll make myself like a little salad in the teacher's.
Well, and then that's when now you gotta go buy a bag of carrots and keep them in somebody's fridge. So when you wanna go on chips, you have the crunchy, but yet it's tough. You'll be fine.
It's just, I haven't been this healthy since I had the birth control. When I had the birth control shot, I was up to 150. It's a freaking cat. And Cassie looks at me, she goes, "You don't look fat." And I'm like,
No.
because it's from here to my knees. It's all my thighs and my butt and a little bit of my belly. It's not in my arms. It's not in my face. It's literally from my belly button to my knees.
You wanna hear my
I know that's where
you wanna hear my cure all?
stop eating.
That's all I'm saying.
I only sit around every once in a while. It's Saturday. We all ordered drinks and appetizers. I didn't have any appetizers. I had 1 glass of wine.
Oh, that's not bad.
We didn't order our food till almost 8 o'clock. Our food didn't come till almost 8:45. I ate half of my burger and a few of my french fries. We didn't leave there till about 10:20 because the waitress completely and totally messed up all of our checks except for bread, and my arms the only one right. She had things on some of the checks that we didn't even order. Like so
Nice.
Because Carol was like, "Did anybody order a pulled pork?" And we're like, "No." We pretty much all had burgers or fish or you know. So
Did you go to with Cap and his wife?
we went Cap and his wife, Sheriff and his wife, and
Oh, nice.
Simple and his wife.
Oh, I wanna go.
I had already when Brad and he's like, "Are you early?" And I'm like, "No, I am nervous. I have no problem being messy and hot, but I have no problem with Cap. It's I just don't always like older girls coming into the circle. And normally I'm invited to this couple that they do like once in a while.
Well, now he has a couple.
So it's like, so here comes this girl, and the other girl, I mean, I kind of knew Sharon's wife because
I
she's
think they would be nice.
they
Are
were
they-
nice.
They're not. I mean, I don't foresee them being jealous.
No, not even that. It's just, you know, Cap's wife,
She's beautiful.
she was trying to talk to me, which was hard because it was kind of loud in there. Plus, I couldn't hear on my left ear. So, the only good thing is they all have kids. So Brad's the only one that's sitting there going, "I don't know what I'm And like Cher's wife, she sat next to me, and I had met her a couple times before after they had adopted Joey. But I haven't seen her since because then Cher quit playing basketball, so I haven't seen her in probably 3 years, 2 years. So, and Missy, who I'm good friends with now, she was sitting across from me, and she was so funny. So I really wanted to drag to go to prom, but he said to me that he told me like last week. He's like, oh, I think that's the night the coaches party of all the coaches and their wives or girlfriends or whatever, and it's at Todd's house and they cook out and cook out
Nice.
stuff. So, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, I'll give prom to like Ashley Norman or someone else that's been Gina. I don't have a problem with it. So Missy's sitting there and she's like, so we were thinking we're gonna have this coaches party next Saturday. And he's like, no. And I looked at him, and Missy's like, you got a problem with that? He's like, yes. And I'm like, well, then.
Oh, because you don't want to go to prom?
Yeah. I'm like, you mean you don't want to have it on May 11th? And she's like, no, we're going to have it next week. And Brad's like, we always do it towards the end of the season. She goes, the season's already messed up anyway. He hasn't even played in a week and a half. What difference does it make when we come to party?
For baseball.
And he's sitting there, and she's like, why? Well, it's on May 11th, Brad, that you don't want to do it. He's like, you wouldn't say anything. I'm like, prom, we should go to prom. Prom will be fun. Especially, you know, and I'm just like, I appreciate it. I've already kind of like given it up. I'm fine, whatever, you know. So then yesterday, Brian texted me and goes, when's prom? I said May 11th. And,
So they're probably all going to go now, right?
no. And I asked Cop Day, I'm like, why'd you ask for prom? She goes, well, I wanted to make sure that Sybil was going to party on May 11th. I'm like, really, guys, you don't have to push it into this. It's not.
I had so much fun with them in Beecher. And now they're in my hallway, and now we actually know who each other, are. So it's really kind of.
I'm like, really, it's not like when you're in high school and you're in prom. It's really not that. And he's just like, I don't know, it's just.
What was that?
Tell them, don't worry, it's not a step to be serious, more serious or anything.
Sex beforehand and after. And he wasn't exactly. He's like, I don't know. You're gonna say your dress, but I'm like, my dress has tulle underneath it. It's gonna get messed up again. I was like feeling the whole. I was countering every excuse he was coming up with, and I'm like, it'll be different. It'll be with our kids. We're not really chaperones with prom. We're chaperones with Gina. We'll be with our kids. Totally. And he's still kind of like. And so then I just kind of dropped it to Missy right up on Saturday, and I looked at him like, I swear to God, I didn't say anything to her. And Missy's like, no, she didn't. I had no idea. I'm like, really? I had absolutely no idea what to say. But it is hilarious that you're not doing it on May 11th. So then he was trying to say that he can't do the coaches party this Saturday because it's his sister's boyfriend's surprise party. And everybody looked at him like,
That's really
you gotta be
stressful.
kidding me. And I'm like, I don't want to go to your sister's boyfriend's surprise birthday party. Like, that's the most random. Like, if you said, like, your parents already planned, like, a dinner for us to go out, like, that'd be one thing. But
Have you met his parents?
I met his mom when we went to the Cash Bash, but
Oh.
not since we've been to see each other. And he'll probably meet my parents on May 17th. We have a charity thing for a gentleman who used to be president of the bank, and my dad's boss, his son-in-law has come down with ALS.
Aw.
So they're having this big, charity function for him. So right now they don't have a baseball game that day, but seeing that they've got
Oh my
games canceled, even though they really only have to worry about conference games, because a lot of they were supposed to play Beecher tomorrow, I think, and that game got canceled because Beecher already needs to make up a conference game, so all the non-conference games are probably going to be canceled.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, I can't see that soccer game on May 4th.
and that's Saturday, like 9 a.m.
My, the kids' kindergarten teacher has her cancer back again, so she's retiring. And it just came up at the last minute, actually like 10 days ago. I got the paperwork, and I'm like, okay, and I was going to plan a run for that day. And I said, no, you know what, we'll just go there, we'll volunteer, we'll do the walk, we'll sell raffle tickets and stuff. So I'm going to do that. All 3 of them had her for kindergarten. I know. And when my mom was sick, she visited her every day because her mom was at the same place with Alzheimer's. That was before Nico was born.
Well, I babysit their kids all the time. I've also babysat his nephew and niece who live in Pittsburgh when they come in town.
Hey. Okay, yeah. Bye.
So, and I guess his son played for Lincoln Way East football, and they actually had an article about him in the paper because there was this big run of kids that were getting being told they were getting scholarships from colleges, and at the last minute, they're getting ready to sign, the colleges would drop them on a bad habit. And he was one of them. He had like almost a full ride somewhere. So he ended up going to ISU and plays for ISU. His older sister actually finished college in 3 years because she's been coming home on summers and taking classes online and stuff to
Taylor would take 6 classes a semester. Take summers off, but she took 6 classes, and so she got 2 majors.
Casey's been going to her classes during the day. She was originally going for teaching, switched her major to business, still managed to
Finish in 3 years?
Finish in 3 years because she's going to come home and run her father's business because he is deteriorating. So every time she can come home, she comes home and she works with him and he teaches her stuff and all this stuff. So it's really, really it's just so painful. And their other the Addie's, their actual son, this is their son-in-law that the charity's for, but their actual son got diagnosed with MS about 4 years ago. His is pretty much under control. It's slowed down.
But as he gets older,
As he gets older, it'll just continue to progressively get worse. But at least it's slowed down and it's
my niece has lupus, and she was diagnosed her senior year, and they tried to put her on all these meds and stuff, but it really made her strung out, So she, 16, So she started reading up and does all this homeopath stuff to make her feel better. And she has since had 2 baby girls, high pregnancy, like at the doctor every 2 weeks. But yeah, she's doing good.
There you go.
Oh, look at you.
You're so silly.
You guys share, that's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here's our cheese and crackers.
Yeah, she's a friend.
Here's our, I guess corn wasn't in our veggie tray, but corn is healthy.
Oh yeah, that's...
Maybe not in the Fritos form, but it is healthy.
Nice.
See?
Thank you.
I was looking in your eyes, I said, this girl needs something.
Our sugar gets a little low, during our school hours. Actually, today, speaking of food, I went to Pizza and got a hot dog.
You did?
I've been craving a hot dog for 48 hours now. And I'm like, you know what? And I don't know why I want the Chicago dog with the pickle, the sport pepper, everything but onions.
Can you give me a...
I just ordered a hot dog, and I'm like, can I have my hot dog, please? She's like, we're waiting for your fries. I said, no, I didn't order fries. I just want a hot dog. So I said, keep the fries and lunch on there. She's like, I gotta put them in here. Okay, well, so I did eat 2, and I threw the whole bag away. They messed my stomach up.
I love Pop's French fries. Oh, when I was sick, right around finals time, I wasn't there for Pops, but I came to school on that Thursday for finals. Ray and I went to Pops.
That's
And
all
all
you
I
do.
wanted were
Did you go through those or one way? Only one
only
way?
one.
They almost hit two, one on each end.
No. Yeah, I've seen this one that couldn't see it.
It's just such a really do that.
Yeah, Nico likes our fries, but that's one of my no-no foods.
There's a lot of foods I need to have.
You know, I made sweet potatoes for Easter, just like plain sweet potatoes, and I mean, I ended up candying them. I couldn't believe how good they were plain. I got some good tasting sweet potatoes, and they
Why don't you
were.
bake them?
You know what? I never did them, and my mom said put them in the microwave for 10 minutes with the skin on. She says, and then once you cook them, peel the skin off and cut them in half, and then put them in your pan. And she told me how to candy them and stuff. But one of them was real little, and probably maybe a little overcooked because it was falling apart as I was doing it, and I was eating it. It was the bomb. I used to love sweet potatoes when the kids were babies. I'd always eat their baby jar of sweet potatoes.
My mom has always said, because she gained a lot of weight when she retired from working at school because she's not as mobile as she used to. My mom said, you can eat whatever you want as long as you don't eat the whole jar or the whole pan. She said, because if you're going to deprive yourself of things that you really, really want, that's when you're going to sit there and eat.
Nico, I asked Nico the other day, I said, do you feel you do without? He says, sometimes at night. Because he's a chipaholic. You know, he gave up chips for Lent, and now he wants grilled chicken and chips. I'm like, you want broccoli or cheese or corn? He's like, chips. I said, okay, you can have 5 chips, but do you want broccoli and cheese, or you know what I mean?
But tomorrow we're running 7 miles instead of 5.
So I let him have it, but he's got it, you know, because chips go right here on him. I mean, it's like a can of beer for men, for adult men. It just.
When I was sick over the summer, you know, I was really on a very restricted diet to keep my stomach just, okay. And my doctor was like, you can have pretzels, but no chips. And I just wanted that, like, buttery taste. And I was like, one. You can have one. And all I really needed was, like, one. I just wanted the taste in my mouth, and then I was fine. But it was like...
You're going to popcorn along with the bottle, right?
Yeah, the doctor's saying, no. You need to have chicken, vegetables, and fruit, and that's it. I was like, regular potato chip, nothing crazy flavor, just regular potato chip.
Well, I think we're just so used to. I think we're all just carb sensitive in this society, and you know, carbs make you want more. I mean, end of story. Makes you get hungrier quicker, but I do have to tell you, I did the pasta the night before my one run. You know, I didn't do the pasta for the Shamrock, and I almost died, but my girlfriend said, eat pasta, so okay, you know me. So I get a frozen Lean Cuisine, spaghetti and meatballs, and I gave the dogs the meatballs, and I ate the spaghetti, and it helped. I mean, it helped the next day, and so it really does, the sugar in it does have longer
I
lasting.
used to always have pasta parties before soccer games.
I know, but it has to be good pasta. It can't be like, it has to be a slow burning carb versus, a bag of chips.
Crazy pasta is very easy. You know how to do it.
Oh God, I do garlic and salt.
Yeah. I'll have some fresh tomatoes, some basil leaves, some capers.
Nico loves it. That's it.
Olive oil, which is really
Yeah, olive oil. Yep. I was lazy though. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to clean any dishes.
good. You're not lazy.
I am lazy. I didn't want to do any dishes.
We gotta make a deal with the boy. I cook it, you clean it.
Well, see, he wasn't home that weekend, so I just kind of.
Okay, you do that with your daughter?
No, she doesn't eat anything.
She doesn't eat anything.
She eats orange yogurt.
Too young to have a boyfriend already.
She eats goldfish.
Goldfish.
Yeah, like the gold, like not like real live goldfish.
Taylor used to be really picky. And then I would chop everything up in like little squares, like you know the baby ham on the salad bars? So I'd make everything like little bite-sized things. And like peas, I'd make them eat it with a toothpick. I'm like, here, let's try this.
No, Madison won't even try things. She has food phobia. She is terrified of trying to feed. She won't even dip food in different sauces just to try the sauce.
Really?
Yep. We think it all stems back to when her father and I split. Because she used to at least try things and
So it's her.
pancake. It's her control.
Okay, you gotta announce that time, you know? Like things one. The animal is 0.
It's his
The animal is
time.
0.
Woo! You don't have a concession stand.
You gotta put some music on or no?
And the sun is up. We can put music on if you want.
At halftime, it is Lady Vikings 1, Joliet Tigers 0.
So my ejector pump was good, but
Hang out for that.
and my sump pump wore out in I think I replaced it in July of 2011.
And how old was it? How many years?
Well, I replaced it 2011 July.
Wow. Wow. So you probably got you probably got a lot of water standing in the area over there.
Well, I have a lake in the forest over there. I mean, and sometimes it dries out, but yeah, it's.
Yeah, because we're so
And
hard
then
all the
everybody
time.
else's pumps is, it was not pretty because my dad came in to my house at 2. My dad said your whole drive is flooded, and I said, how bad can it be? Well, I brought Nico. If I knew how deep it was.
You know, record? A record?
He's already worn them.
So we gotta play -1.
I see an orangish, reddish card. I do not see a yellow card in his hand.
No, if it's a red card, then it's no -1. They changed the rule. No more sub.
He's already,
You already booked it?
I saw him when she first went down. He went like this. He kept going like this with girl. Because he's told, I think, that same girl, like, knock it off. You're pushing. You're not even going shoulder, arm to arm. You're pushing with 2 hands.
Come on, Vegas. You rich and watching the game?
Hey, I know a thing or two about soccer. I may not, be ready for the,
No.
MLS, but I can hold
I
my
see
own.
you hard at work over there in the high five.
Hey, I'm trying to. I'm a double teamer. Who goes?
You doing good? I'm not the trouble with it, man. You got a good replacement over there, doesn't it?
I will never be as good as you, Barry. But
Well, when you got a good teacher in life, you become good.
Where you going, Rubbish boy? Hey, Rubbish boy.
He's ready to play some soccer. 30 seconds in the half.
The ref Roger, he's the junior. That was a nice one. So you guys are cooked out? No more?
Here, I'll have a little more. Does missing rice be in?
I was doing a little part.
There you go.
Clear it. Come on.
Don't worry about it.
I'm good now.
I go to Walmart on my way home with my cats and then start eating me alive and things. I think it's before dog food last night.
Do you think they cared? Why not a bowl of milk? Give them a bowl of milk.
No, it's in the dog.
But they're not choosy, right? They're not kids. I don't want to get something like that. Oh, I heard.
Bear eats green beans. Oh, nice. Number 17?
You ever feed him some beans?
That goal is by number 17, Chrissy Cougar.
You ever feed him some beans? You know that fish?
What about oatmeal? Would they eat oatmeal?
I just gave them some of the hard pieces, the smaller pieces, like the rock pieces, because I was like, soft even if it's in there. And the dog was trying to get in the closet because she smells her food in there, and she's like, oh, she's so annoying.
Wait a minute. How do you know they don't want sardines?
I don't smell sardines.
You don't want
Because my one male cat, he will curl up next to me in bed. The last thing I want is to either smell sardine parts or smell it from his breath.
I don't blame her there.
Because knowing my luck is and he would be and sleeping like a baby, and I'd be.
I don't know, but they're going to use you as get some fish. You know, be a friend for life.
Oh, well, yeah. Don't worry, my son, when I cook it chicken or anything, you know, he is like, he's right there with the dog. Ooh, it might help if I give us the goal.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, my little one will eat anything. Daisy, the girl, the perfect girl, will eat anything and everything, especially everything that's bad for her.
Of course.
Bear, vegan. Bread, he's a carboholic. Bread and beans.
Really?
Give him a steak bone.
No, he's good.
Maybe he likes McDonald's hamburgers. I'm surprised. He'll eat like that kind of meat, but like
Real meat? No.
like sometimes when they were sick, I would give him chicken and rice and stuff. No, he likes Chef Michael's.
When my kitty cat was sick, back when I still lived in Montana, he was so sick, he was lethargic, I've never seen him like that before. My vet put a pouch underneath his skin, like a hydro pouch, you know, to give him fluids and stuff. So
Really?
It would heal into a little camel, he had a little pouch underneath his skin, and it was filled up with fluids. And then when he seemed to be a little bit more mobile, you know, like move around and stuff, to give him chicken baby food.
Nice. Is that? Yeah.
That goal is by number 11, Kelly Clear.
Real. Okay, score the point too. Yeah, there you go. So you gave him chicken baby food? That's a good idea.
Little bitty, you know, it's just
A baby jar.
little jar. Well, the little short ones, and it's pure chicken, or turkey,
Well, you know-
whatever you think. And she goes, and just put it a little bit on the spoon, and we'll lap it up. Or put a little bit like on the lid. Oh my God, I love it.
Baby food's really healthy. I mean, for the most part, when you think about it, it's puree.
Just pure
With no additives.
So she said, you know, if he seemed to go down or whatever, she just put in a little bit, you know, like spoonfuls of chicken once or twice a day, and now he seemed to be doing for like the next 5 days. She was just a massive difference. And I did.
Because it's the protein that he needs, but it was already pretty easy to
Right,
digest.
because it was already mushed, and you could just lap it up and chew.
Ooh. Yeah. Bear will eat it if I put like Alpo, like mix it with like some wet food, but to gnaw on a bone, he's not normal.
We're very big dog, her dog. Her dog will pretty much strip all the meat like off of it and get a little bit of the marrow. But Lily's is so big, she can't get her mouth in there, or even like her tongue or anything. And she's all hands are far. Well, Lady's got a really big face.
And a long tongue.
She can really get her noggin in there. But even now, like, she'll just grab her bone and just kind of gnaw the edge of it. And she's fine, not getting anything, but she's gnawing her bone and she's having this plan and she'll walk around with it in her mouth and like as big as her face and she's wiggling her butt and stuff.
My dog's silly. I'll put a can of, and they're Green Giants, so I'll put a can of green beans and corn. I'm like, okay, which one do you want? And he knows the beans. He's like OCD when it comes to green beans.
Whenever I make them like a pockets or anything, I'll just lady like the celery or the onion or even raw pieces of carrot. You cut off the stuff. A lot of times, you know, I'm cutting.
Yeah, it goes off the floor.
It goes on the floor and she is all over it.
It's a flinger. Jer would have his little midnight snack in the garage, him and Daisy, and they'd have their little chocolate fest, cookies, and, well, you know, misery loves company, so you can't have everyone feeling good in the house.
That would be silly, wouldn't it?
Come on, ladies, you can do it. Come on, let's go.
He bought Nico I said, Nico, your dad needs to buy you a pair of smaller pants. Because I bought certain things. And I said, I don't have any more money. He has to buy it. So he took them. I said, they try on the medium and the small. Well, I guess they didn't have time to try on the small. So he got the medium. And that night he's like, I should have gotten the small. He made National Honor Society. Did I tell you? He was wigging out because he was one of the last to get interviewed. So he was actually getting his feelings kind of hurt because he didn't even get an interview until, you know. She's a doggone good coach. Who is that? Oh, that's the mama from the other team, maybe? Pressure? No, that would be the black.
So, Maggie, she got all A's last year. So I ginormous. You want me to stop the clap?
Good work, Jay.
Yeah. She wanted this ginormous Lego friends thing that is like the horse cat. So, it's 12 pieces. Well, like one week she got straight A's. We gave some B's, and that's fine with me, but
Right.
just keeps asking where's the Legos? Because, you know.
Right.
I would buy her like the little sets for like $5 or $10.
Right.
She had you should see her face light up and she's like, oh, there are just so many bags I have to do one by one, and she was just, oh.
She liked it.
She was bugging me on a Sunday night when we finally decided to give it to her. So we would know what my parents were doing. She was like, can I please stay? Because Grandma won't let me stay up there because I didn't have to get up so early. I'm like, oh, Lord.
Boys, Taylor was into the big Duplos, but the boys really never did the Legos, and I had a gazillion of them organized. I ended up giving them to Christina's Josh because he was a Lego fiend.
My brother had a whole like train table that my dad had taken off the train stuff when he was little, and he had a whole town. He had an airport. He had an airplane hanging from the ceiling in our basement. So my mom was telling me, your Legos are taking over my dining room table. I can't even swing your nightgown. We can't even eat at the dining room table. Like, we need to. So there was a table downstairs in the basement that my mom used to do for like some laundry stuff. So we finally cleared it off, so now all of her Lego stuff is done.
Oh, cool.
That way it can stay up all the time. And my dad cracks up. He's looking at this huge set, and he's like, are gonna be a lot of dead people in this town. No, they're not. Because my dad says whenever she just lays a Lego person down, he says they're dead. So my dad would come down and go, "Oh, what are dead people in here? What, they got the players?"
Oh,
She's
no.
These two girls are.
The horse in the stable.
I know, it was like Olivia and
Well, Josh forever called me the Lego lady. Thanks, Lego lady. I even have Lincoln Logs. I'm not giving away my Lincoln Logs, so sorry.
Have you seen that show? Like,
I got Lincoln
something
Logs.
about-
A bucket of Lincoln Logs. I love Lincoln
there's like a
Logs.
show, it's all about toys that I grew up with, like in the 80s and like in the 70s, and all these episodes, all the money you could get in the 70s.
Like Mr. Potato and all that.
Yeah, like all that stuff. But there's a show that people like bring in their toys, and
Well, because it's all electronic. They won't have those board games. You know what I mean?
She loves a good puzzle. She loves a good board game. You know, because since she's little, she really only got about 20 minutes of computer time. But even now, I mean, she's headed the ass. She doesn't play with books.
Yeah, but kids don't get limited time on electronics.
It's only
For mind work and
shit.
all that.
And she's got to keep together, and she's got to follow directions in these books, and she has to do all this stuff. And
Kathy has a game room or something. Drag her in her house. I don't know. She has a room in her house where, like, she put her Monopoly board together and glued the pieces on it, and it's like part of her art. So all the board games she had with the boys versus getting rid of them, she just kind of glued them, and they're all in this one room. So I bet you that would be pretty cool. The orthodontist used to do that with Hot Wheels track. Suspend the track from the ceiling and glue the Hot Wheels on at the orthodontist. That was pretty cool. The orange Hot Wheel track. That's probably extinct.
Get it up, I'll bet.
but you know, Matt and I didn't want to see eye to eye. I never really saw eye to eye with him, but man, at least once a month, when we go over there for dinner or something, we play cards or play a game or did something like that, you know?
We used to do that when we were in our 20s. We would like play Jenga and stuff. Of course, we always found it into a drinking game, but
Well, I mean, a couple weeks ago, Brian and I were with
Pictionary.
I learned to play poker for the first time. For hours. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh, this is so cute. You know, like so many people just don't sit around and like play cards anymore. They just sit around, back it in their cup. Gather a little bit of, what's going on, you know, like, we'll all just sit here and play cards.
The best was when Uno came out with the Uno game that spit the cards out.
Madison would just sit there and push the button. She didn't want to play it. She just wanted to see how long before they would all come shooting at her. She was like 3, I think, when it came out.
My dad hated that game because he'd always get them on his card. He'd press the buttons and he'd get 12. He hated that game.
Madison would just sit there and push the button. But she would just laugh hysterically when they all come shooting out. It was the best little babysitter. I'm like, do you want to play Uno? And she would sit there and push the button.
I have my grandmother's Yahtzee game. You know, they don't make dice like that anymore. Awesome. Hey, Dad. Okay, what happened? Wrong button. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, well, I will call you when I'm on my way home, so we got another 25 minutes, but okay, and if you want me to come by, I will, and if not, no big deal.
Really?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I've seen her.
Plays golf.
Okay. Yeah, no, I gotta come and get that anyway. Yeah. All right, love you. Bye-bye.
Once forever.
Okay, so Want to hear a funny story? My dad came at 2:15 to help me switch out the sump pump because I couldn't figure out how to get the lid off because the coupling, you know, holding the two pipes together, blah, blah, blah. So, and instead of unplugging the pump, when I unscrewed the coupling, it started squirting with water. Well, that's because the pipe was filled. So anyway, so he switched out, we unplugged it, and I did the 2 screws, and he switched out the pump. So when he came over in the afternoon, I said, well, let me do this by myself. You just stand and assist me. Would you believe? And it's just this little wrench I had to unscrew the 2 screws of the coupling so I could lift the lid. I dropped the flipping wrench in the pit. I got one screw off or bolt, whatever. And then, granted, it's in the cutout. So there's not like, it's not like it was a huge hole. It was...
That's a bad luck.
Master skill. And I just said...
How much water was in there?
Well, luckily he was able to dig around and get it because I didn't have a magnetic pin thing to, you know, bling, bling, bling. So he's scooping out all these rocks and I'm like... And he said, I said, I'm so sorry. It was freezing water. He's like, don't drop it this time. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you really got bad luck because the thing's a little cut out.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room for error there for Bosco. Talent.
I was able to do it fine at 2:15 in the morning. It was at 1 o'clock.
And we have not scored yet.
But he was so funny. And I told Taylor, I said, come down and watch, because, you know, you might have to, if I'm not here, you might have to know whether it's running or not running.
So
And,
did you stay up all night, though? You just got woken up?
well, I had a cheesy Menards one in there when it went out the last time, and then I went to Auburn once they got their supply back in, because that was when the last heavy rain was. I got the good one.
That's good.
And I could hear it, and just that light. I think I sleep with one eye open. And you know, like I said, you can hear it when it goes off and it didn't go off. And I looked at the clock at 1:30, and I'm like, okay, well, it'll go off. Like, yeah, went downstairs. It's going. I'm jiggling, you know, the pipes to make the float. Maybe the float's stuck because I was able to get my arm in there and like.
Oh, you know.
A little bit.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Flow.
I know a little bit.
I fixed my toilet the other day all by myself.
Yeah.
You.
Figured out that the little
Toilets
thing
are
that floats was underneath this tube that goes to
The water
into a
chute.
spout to fill up the water.
The chain was caught, or
No, it's like a little tube that comes from the water
right.
spout. And because that tube was there, it was restricting the thing from going up all the way. That's why I kept running. So all I did was flip it and it doesn't run anymore.
There you go.
I mean, I changed the, right when I moved in, I changed the shower head. It's just a standstill shower head in my shower. My dad's like, you did that? I'm like, I did pay attention when Matt would do things in the house. Like, I knew to get the tape, put the tape around the thread, and then screw it.
You gotta love certain tools.
Oh, yeah.
So this is what I did. I zip lined little wrench to the big old plumber's wrench that's down there. These are the only 2 tools I need for my sump pump. So they stand on, and I put the flashlight
Good
there.
idea. And you use it again, you boom, you have to look for it right there.
It was so funny. I caulked the shower this weekend. What else I do? I changed the doorknob. Yeah, I can't do the throttle cable on the go-kart. I'm not really a good mechanic when it comes to engine stuff.
Okay, so when you got a problem with you guys, when you got a problem with your car, bring it away to the switch. To the
I just
house.
got a brand new.
Yeah, we have brand new ones. We're under warranty for 5 years.
For at least a while now.
Where did you buy your car?
Van Grunen.
0%?
No, it was too new for 0. 3. I think I got 3.9.
Right now, 0% on all the phones.
Yeah, I got mine in September. I know. 13,
is that what it is?
Yeah, I know the F&I manager over there, Barb, the little redhead, and Dave Walker, the other redhead. I worked at Shaver with them.
Yeah.
I used to buy my cars from Sutton. Lou Zager used to be the fleet manager over there. I've known him forever. He let me sell trucks. I was the first female at Ford to sell trucks when it was Olympia Fields Ford.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. So you were a sales manager?
So I wasn't a sales manager, but I did F&I and I sold cars. I'm just a gypsy.
No, you're a provider.
Jack of many, master of zip.
No, you are a provider. You know, you need to do what you need to do in life, and you did it.
My
I used to tell these girls when they play, I'll take a hustler, somebody that's hard, over a talented person anytime.
Oh yeah.
Right, someone with some ethics, some hard work. And you know, that's what Nico has compared to all the friends. So fun. Well, again, are any of the other boys mowing anybody's lawns? Do they only shovel their driveway because they have to? Do they go ask the neighbor, the elderly person? You know, not even expecting anything, but knowing whether you get a cup of hot chocolate or whatever. No, they have good work ethics.
If it comes from you guys, you install it. Because it's called, if you don't do nothing, you don't do nothing.
All right. Well, and you can only bother your brother and your dad so much for the honey-do list. You know. It's when you mess it up that you call them to come fix it.
They used to drive me nuts. She got a powerful left foot. Take a shot.
Because he was anything to look at. I mean, if you got
So how long? How long? 2 months?
Oh, from start to finish? 3
you know
months.
what, this guy was still a dog.
Really?
Nothing against your friend.
Win it! Got some opportunities, girls. Back.
We're
65 gallons. California. No, they come in the piggyback. They come in 31st Street by the website. It's an Italian guy that sells this lot and all the trucks. And they have full of this and so you go in there and not enough sugar. Sugar ferments. So once you grind it, it's sugar ferments. So when it ferments, it kills all the germs. This is natural. There's nothing there. Sugar added. So they stay in the shop. something.
Go for it!
What'd you do?
You like it?
I do. So you know what?
She went in there. Yeah. but that's the thing, because that's how we used to do it when I was a kid. When I was a kid, in my town here, I was a big fast for the weekend, and all the kids used to get to go into a place like this big, and you slip your shoes off, your socks off, you wash them, and then you get in and just rinse around it. We
That'd
eat
be so
pizza.
cool, wouldn't it?
Phoenix.
So do you smash them or thing, or do you
No, I grind it. I got a grinder.
Uh-huh.
That's a grinder, a big one. And it's 2 pieces fit in there.
What about watching that do it?
And then
I want to assist.
sometimes somebody pisses you off, you can use that in the
My dad was getting to where they were making Italian sausage in South Heights for a couple of years.
Yeah?
And I'm like, what the heck? What happened to the sausage? He's like, oh, well, so-and-so don't do it no more. And it was a process, but
Oh yeah, it's a process.
holy yummy.
But you know, everything is a process, but when you enjoy doing something, it's not.
Oh my God, and it's so
And believe
tasteful.
Me, when you make it, by the end of the day, we we do that anyway, but then we cigars, what we do.
38 cases. Holy cow, yeah.
We make a, make a big weekend out of it. Because if it's something you gotta do and you do it against you, it's no fun, then you're not doing it.
Well, and that's like Christina when she
I
makes
got
her
a
tamales.
picture. I got my granddaughters, with their hands in their hands, squeezing it.
That would be a blast. I just think of the Lucille Ball one.
And she gets that goofy look on her face too, like,
And she's like,
I don't like what I'm doing.
and then she kind of then starts to like it. Oh, I love Lucille Ball. My friend in Texas, and he has a 4-year-old, 4.5 now, I think Mason. And so, he told me I changed the lockout, was boasting about myself. He's like, yeah, we're getting ready to watch Creature Features. Remember Sven Gulli, Creature Features? He's into those stupid black and white. I said, oh, poor Mason. He's going to be a geek, I said. He's like, no, he likes these good movies. I'm like, oh. Sven Gulli, do you remember the makeup job? And to see him, I mean, when you come across him, it's like he's so cheesy now. It's like, oh my God. They did have good movies, but the black and white movies.
Did you ever see the movie Two Fellas?
Mm-hmm.
You like that?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. It's already short,
I'm gonna
right?
fall asleep.
It's already short. The ball is coming. You would think that you would do it. Instead of slowing down. It's already short.
Back. Right there. Come on, girl. Who's great?
Hey, Wednesday's going to be a game. They're going to Blackpool. Okay.
Oh, really?
You want to beat them really, really bad.
Yeah, because they're having a pretty good season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to go over that, so.
You're going to go over there? The first time I met him and Carrie was when I went to Vegas with Rubes a couple years ago.
Yeah?
I was the black sheep. I really didn't know anyone. She's like, you want to go to Vegas? I'm like, sure. She's like, well, we're going with... Didn't know anyone. I knew of them, but didn't know them.
You have fun?
Like, yeah.
flowers every once in a while.
Romantic stuff.
And I'm like, no, you need to tell him. You have to have that, oh, it's just not a clue, and we ain't gonna do anything, you know? No, I'm not. I was texting him and playing with that.
Well then, he won't get it.
That's what I'm saying, like, he don't know necessarily. Like, some guys are kind of really like, they either do it and don't care, or just tell them to talk, and then they know, and then if they don't do anything, then they really don't.
The first time I ever got flowers from the ex was because Dave Walker, the guy at Van Druden now, he bought me roses because I went and picked up all of his roses for like his mom and sister and stuff. So he sent them to the office and he said, thanks for doing this for me, blah, blah. And Jerry and I weren't even dating, but we were talking, and he comes in with this gorgeous bouquet. He's like, well, what's those for? I said, just because. And I think I got him once. That was it.
She's like, no way, I'd rather be miserable than just wait for him to realize he needs to do something.
No, then that relationship's not going to work.
I ain't doing it. You need to open your mouth.
How old is she?
30? Then you're going to be miserable. Like I said, point blank. I'm almost romantic. I like doors being open. I like the mushy stuff. I like the text for no reason. I like, all that stuff.
And what about the people who don't open doors? I make people open my door all the time. I'm like, yeah. I said, what? I said, open my door. He's like, okay. I said, no, not okay. You open it for your grandmothers. You open it for all the ladies at the restaurant. I said, because it's what you do. And so now he does it. But I mean, I've been doing it forever because his dad.
That's the problem I see a lot of American kids don't have that. That's a lot.
I mean, there are times like I get to the door and he's like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "Sorry, I'm not used to it. Like I know it's what I like and I appreciate it, but it's like I'm just so used to just."
Right.
Well, you know, I'm like, sorry, I'll walk into the store. I know I have short legs. I'm
Well,
really
no,
hoping to
that's-
keep up with you, but I just don't. I'm not used to it.
I went out to dinner one night and strictly friends, no nothing, and I've known him for probably 20 plus years. And so we had a bet, so he owed me dinner. So he comes up and he picks me up and he opens the door and I say, really? And he's like, well, yeah, I opened the door for everybody. I said, oh, you just ruined my moment. I opened the door for my sister, my mother. Blah, blah. I said, oh, well, okay, then I guess, then I know we're just friends.
Oh, no, you screwed up.
Then well, I know we're just friends.
On the first date, I was like,
Walking at fun with your friends.
like in front of me, and I opened the door. I'm like,
He's so funny.
"You're opening the door for me?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "This is gonna work."
Yeah,
I didn't even have to tell you that.
yeah, that's so, that's how it should be. I get mad at Taylor because,
Oh, there you go.
that was the little blondie with the ponytail. Cutie patootie, is it 4?
Turn, honey.
Look at her, she's so cute. Number 7.
Tim, Grell.
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 Echoes by number 7, Kim Grell.
Charlie brought Nico and a couple of his friends to the Harlem Globetrotters. Oh my God, they
Are
were
they hilarious?
It was such a good show. They went to Olivet Nazarene in Bourbonnais. What a great show. And they're all 12, so they were all just, you know, so talented, but so entertaining. But they were so talented. And two of them were only 5 foot. I said, see, there's hope for you guys. You could be on the Globetrotters when you're not in the NBA.
Kim, the goalie, she's a great kid.
Yeah.
Parents,
Now, are they losing a lot of talent this year for seniors?
no, the twins and the two set of twins are older. Pearl, yeah. Parker's, I think she's only junior this year. And Cadera, it's a listen. Kim, she's gone. 4 or 5, that's not enough to me.
Kim Burrell,
She doesn't play much, so
Kelly Codera, Haley Williams, Gabrielle Bergeron, Sammy Laraco, Alex Walker, Kim Bain, Aisha Jackson.
So actually the starters are only about 4.
11 of your girls.
Yeah, but the starters are only about 4 or 5.
Yeah, because Pearl and Scott are juniors.
Time.
Got it. Curly, Farkas, juniors. Fallon Pearls, junior. Something like that.
Oh, that was a big drama.
Come on, it's 7:15.
TV just started, or okay, night. I got that T-shirt in red you have on.
I am so sick of red shirts. And I don't think I look very good in red, so I got the black gray and white one.
You love red.
His girlfriend's like, ask me for it takes all the romance out of it. I'm like, not if you say this is what I like, not like, hey, we're gonna fall like that.
She doesn't want to marry this guy, does she? Because if she does,
Just tell the girl what you like. You don't have to be like, every Friday I want flowers. Well, yeah.
tell her. You don't want to drop them in the cans.
No,
Do you need help?
we'll take yours.
I can't do anything.
She's only a big plastic ball. They have to
99 bottles.
You don't like my wine, so that's it.
I did.
Okay. Very good.
Someone's sitting on my couch,
I know, isn't it? You gotta.
watching TV, man, that thing would have been gone. It's like, I gotta walk back down those stairs again. And the first time I walked down those stairs, it was a little...
I almost ran up them. You know, at lunchtime, it's really good to run up them and then go down the short man stairs.
No, I went up and down the short man stairs just tonight.
When we used to play a bad game, the next practice is to do the steps for all the girls.
See, I'm gonna...
But I can't go down like the normal things because it's too bad on my knees, so I have to go on the little ones.
Oh, he do?
The short man down. That's why I call him the short man stairs. Otherwise, too much pressure on my knee, they'll buckle. My old 29-year-old plus body. Did you hear that?
Go, go,
I like it.
go!
Have a good night. So you got any questions?
And that concludes our game. Lady Vikings 4, Joliet West 0.